in Africa continent, South Africa, Burundi, every African continent, I greet you all. Asians, Europeans, Americans, I greet you all. I want to thank you for this, for joining the program, being the 10th edition. We really appreciate you, and we thank you for your support, for watching us live for the time. Once again, African leaders and the youth that normally comes up every Friday between the period of 4 p.m. and 4:40 p.m. Today's own is going to be more important to every one of us. As we can see in the environment today, that everyone is talking about COVID-19, the pandemic that is going around all over the world, that kills hundreds of thousands of people. And if we look at it very well, we'll discover that so many have gone. So many people have gone. And due to the effects on the economy of the world, people have started, trying to open up little by little. In America, in Europe, little by little. Even in Africa, the government have been trying to put things together in order to help the economy, because already the economy is in recession now, but they hide it for us in order to not to cause maybe havoc or so. But I think we need to come out to the people and tell Nigerians the truth. We need to come out to them and let them know what they have ahead of them for them to face for this year, even for the first quarter or half of next year. The effect of COVID-19 in Africa is going to be very powerful. And I think we as an African, we need to begin to have a great plan towards it. We need to try and have savings now. We need to try every other means so that we can have more incomes. It has affected a lot of businesses, a lot of offices, a lot of financial institutes, a lot of schools, and so on. But to put things together better, I think people need to be orientated. We need to, especially in Africa, we have almost 60% of the people in Africa are not that educated. They don't really understand what it takes for the government of their land. Most of the we have in Africa did not really understand their rights as a citizen. And this issue should have started right from the primary level. Most of them don't even go to school at all. Most of our forefathers did not go to school. They go to farm. Then they export cocoa and so on and so forth. And even up to now, we still have the farms, but we are not training our youth. Even in the school, what they train them in school is agriculture. They train them agriculture, maybe they teach them one crops, and that is all. I think in every aspect, Africa needs to come alive. I think in every aspect, Africa needs to wake up from their sleep, from their slumber. Because if we keep sleeping, there is no way we can move forward. The government cannot do everything for us. At the same time, the government needs to enlighten their people. During the time of this COVID-19, there is a message that the NDC normally sent out people. If we have been doing this before the COVID-19, trying to let people know more about the law of the land, trying to let people know more about what they can do to help them to help their family, to help their future. We see, there are so many things we have overlooked that we really need to do. We really need to help ourselves in Africa in order to put things together to work out modalities that will bring a lasting solution to the problem that has been affecting Africa in decades. There is no way we can keep quiet. We want political seat to be a place of eat my own, shop I shop. And it shouldn't be for that purpose. Political seat, it should be a place where you go there to serve the people of your nation. It should be a place where you go to intercede for your people. It shouldn't be a place where we go, we do or die affair. If I not get to that seat, I'm going to kill my opponent, I'm going to do anything to them. It shouldn't be a seat where we have people that are not even having the idea of what they need to go there and what they are going there to do. Our political seat in Africa should be a place that we go to put things in order, to correct our wrongs, to help the youth, to help the future of the nation, to help the future of the country. In so many areas, our education is very low. There are so many of our youth today, when they are educated, when they graduated in Africa, trying to go to the white man country, they still have to go and start all over again. Because we are not updating. We need to be updated in Africa. We need to update our education aspects. We need to update our political aspects. We need to update everything. Most of the vehicles we bring from abroad down to Africa, they are 1980s. They are 1980-somethings, where we have vehicles that are being produced in white man country. How many countries do we have in Africa that is producing vehicles? Are we as an Africans, are we patronizing these companies? Now, if we complain that they're not patronizing us as a company, now which modality are we using to sell these vehicles? Do you know in white man country with just $100, $500, you can buy a new vehicle, a brand new vehicle. They will let the money from you. You make an agreement with them how you'll be paying the money. They'll be deducting this money from your salary monthly, so that they won't inconvenience you, they won't inconvenience your family, they won't inconvenience your peace. But in Africa, these are the things we, the politicians, the government, need to really work on. Modalities that will suit the buyers and the sellers. Modalities that will suit the lecturers and students. Modalities that will suit an environment, the plan of the environment, even before the land tellers. Modalities that will put things together that will give us a way forward. Modalities, laws that will help our judiciary. Laws that will release those that are in prison that has been locked for years, for 5 years, for 7 years, for 8 years, for 10 years, without even being 40. So many people have been there for 5 years and they said, oh, you are free. We are sorry, it's because of our system. In the first place, you are not supposed to be in the cell, but we are sorry, you cannot go without doing anything. If we should continue like this, what kind of spirit are we building in the life of our youth in Africa? All the youth have almost becoming a Yahoo boys. Go around the streets, go and see them. Because they are jobless, because they have no job. Even staying at home through COVID-19, they are tired. Some feel like going astray, doing things negative. And it shouldn't be. There should be plan. There should be purpose. There should be a way they can come in to be assisted. They shouldn't continue to sit like this. Even in their database or whatever from the schools, most of them had no information. There is no, a genuine information that can even encourage them. All the internet are full of fake news. Fake news everywhere. You hear the news today, tomorrow they will tell you, no, even our government, they will tell you we are doing this to you today, and tomorrow they will tell you it is not sure again. It shouldn't be. Let's learn from our leaders. Let's learn from our forefathers. Let's learn from the Bible. If there are some things that seems difficult, And it seems as if the government cannot do it alone. Why not call out the people, the citizens? Let's call them, have a meeting with them, talk to them, enlighten them, let them know what is going on. Stop hiding what you are not supposed to hide as a government of the nation. It is high time that we Nigerians need to put hands together. It's high time that we need to put heads together. It is high time that we need to find a lasting solution to this problem that keeps coming, that keeps repeating itself years after years. Today you will hear the doctors are on strike. They will say the government will sit to them. And after a few months, they will tell you they have cancelled the strike. The strike has been suspended. They don't cancel strike in Africa, they suspend strikes. And they will tell them because of this pandemic or whatsoever, we have no money to pay you. So later we'll review your money, we will add interest to it. And you know, at the end of it all, that's what they have said together will not be accomplished. If it has been accomplished, they will not be coming down with that number to be telling you they are on strike. How can a doctor be on strike? It is wrong. You kill lives, you waste lives. Do you know in Africa today we are counting COVID-19 people that died? Those that are contracted COVID-19. Do you know we have thousands of people that are dying every day in Africa that are not killed by COVID-19? And nothing is being done about it. We have millions of people that are dying every day in Africa, and our government are not seeing it as this is what they need to do. This is the solution they can do to cover it up. Fine. It is true that there is no way people will die in a day because we come into this world. We need to do things right the way we ought to do it. Many people today are suffering and they are smiling. Things have to change. The student union we come today, they will tell you they'll strike. The lecturers will tell you they'll strike. And at the end of the day, it has been suspended. It is not cancelled, it is suspended. Then after month, they will tell you strike again. Most of our universities that are supposed to spend 5 years are ending up spending 7 years. Those are supposed to spend 7 years are ending up spending 10 years in the university. Already before they graduated, they are frustrated. Some will even tell you, even in the lecture room, that you better find something to do. We are training you. It's only God that knows if you become someone in life. All these things, you are killing the morale of our youth and their future. It is the money that was given to the government for COVID-19, for support from the citizens of the country, from religious leaders. Where are the monies? Now we are trying to go to lend money again, to borrow money. How long are we going to continue to borrow? The ones we borrowed before, we are still paying the interest up till now. We are not yet out of it, and we are still going back to borrow again. And some are even packing all this borrowed money. We are packing it into our own pockets. We are putting it into our own accounts. We are hiding it into our own places. Is this the right thing we need to do? And very soon now we'll start to talk about election. Then the money that you are complaining that is not available now will be available when we want to have election. Where are those money coming from? We don't normally have money to repair roads. We don't have money for concerning electricity. We don't have money to support education. But when it comes to election, we have money. Money will come out. Then you come out and start telling us again you are going to build roads. You come out to start telling us again you are going to give lights. You come out and start telling us again health system is going to be upgraded, it's going to be okay. How long? We are begging the leaders of this country. are begging the leaders in Africa that we should put stop to this embarrassment, that we should put stop to this disgrace, that we should put stop and think about the future even of our own children. Let's learn on how to help our youth to grow. Let's help their morale. Let's help them to develop rightly. It is high time that we put up the right plan that is needed. It is high time that we have a solid plan that will suit the situation of our country, of our nation, of Africa. In Western country, they do things because of the situation of their country. And it's those things, those ties we are trying to bring into our own land here in Africa. We need to put up our own plan that will suit the nature of our country, to develop our people, to develop our environment, to develop our states. We are saying churches should be closed. The modalities for them to follow, it is not in place. We are saying markets should open. The modalities to follow, it is not in place. With all the traffic, we could still discover that when you go to the market, you discover that everything is just dead normal. There is no distancing. A lot of people buy and sell normally. And we are complaining that COVID-19 is still increasing, without people seeing the facts that they need to know. Many people in the street today will tell you that COVID-19 is still not existing. Because they need to be confused. They need to be confused correctly. We need to go through the right channel. Let's stop hiding things that we are not supposed to hide as government. Let's come out fully and be plain. The house that we built with speed, it is due that we collapse it. It is due that we collapse it. What you do that you fail to teach your children, those children that you fail to teach, they will be the one to make it, they will be the one that will know how to work out. So we will not continue to live expecting the white people to come and help us, come and build our trains, to build cars for us, to give us food that we are going to eat, and yet we want to put up our shirt and say we are black man. We have the right, we have power. Which right do we have? When we will not produce anything, which right do we have? When we could not make use of our own brain, which right do we have? When we go to them every time for help, which right do we have? When we rely on them, when we feed our own family, which right do we have? When most of our youths are graduates that are supposed to work here, are going there to look for daily bread, which right do we have as a country, as an African, when we cannot develop our own land? God has been good to us, but we are not good to ourselves. He gives us everything perfectly. If the white man could have 1% of what God has deposited in Africa, I'm telling you, they will become like God soon. But God give Africans, the black man, everything we needed. He gave us brain, but we failed to activate our brain to work it. To work with it rightly in a way that will build our economy, that will build our country, that will build our situation, that will help our future. Everything has its own time. What have we been producing? You as a citizen in this country, what are your plans after COVID-19? What plans did you have concerning your business? What plans did you have concerning your children, even if they ask them to resume at school? What plan did you have for your family? What plans did you have that you know that will not fail, like the previous ones you have been having before now? What plans did you have concerning your own children? What plans did you have for your own environment? What plans did you have for your own country? What solution have you derived? if you are put in that position today to be the president of Nigeria, to be a president in Africa, to be a leader in an organization, what are your plans? What are your dreams? What are your visions? What are your dreams for your own country? The citizens need to obey the law of the government. It's very, very important. The churches need to obey the law of the government. The mosques need to obey the law of the government. The government needs to hearken to the voice of its citizens, what they want and what they need. You don't complain all the time there is no money, and yet you see people going to the market to collect money for the government. Complain there is no money, you have VIOs, you have all this law enforcement agency collecting money from people. And they tell you they are collecting the money, returning back to the purse of the government. In all things, there is always a way out, no matter how difficult it is. There's no doubt about it. Some will die of COVID-19, but I'm very sure everyone is not going to die. And still, we have been hearing this thing since last year. What have we put together as a government to save our citizens? If we say we are trying now, how many states in your country as an African have isolation centers? How many isolation centers in Nigeria, in Africa, has the normal equipment that they needed to save the life of people? Can they come out boldly and say this is the patient we have? All these things matters a lot. You cannot eat your cake and have it. Let's do things in a way that will suit the purpose of God in our life, in the life of our citizens. The difficulties are getting more and more day by day. There should be a plan for the government to help citizens even without giving them money. There should be a plan to make life easy for students. There should be a plan that will suit the law of the land. And if the laws are not working according to the situation of nowadays, let's go to the chambers, let's go to the Senate, let's go to the rest, sit together, reason together. That is why you are elected. That is why you have been put in there. So you can put solution to the problem of the country. The last government says we are complaining. The Senate are not cooperating. They are not in one accord because of the party differences. Now the parties are there. We have leaders there. They work together with the presidents. So now why are we still having problems? Why are things still stagnant and not moving forward? Let's put it together. Let things work out fine. So that even the Nigerians, the Africans that are in Zapora can come out boldly and say, I'm going back to Africa. Let our transportation system work effectively. There are so many means that we can use for transportation in Africa that we are not using. We are always one-sided focus. We are always one-sided focus in everything that we do. And there is no way there can be growth in this. Africans are not being updated. We are not updated. The white man, they update themselves day by day. Not even in weeks, not even in months. They upgrade themselves day by day. And do you know what? When they see any African man is doing great, they buy them up. In order to be useful for them and not being useful for Africa. So the glory we have, they buy it from us, they make use of it, and sell it back to us to make huge amount of money. The grace that we have, that has been given to us by God, because we are so dull, because we don't activate things, because we don't have genuine control, they buy it from us, they make use of it, they give it back to us, and they sell it back to us. There is no way things can work out in this form. Baba Africa Mommy Adetijani, you are welcome. This African youth and its African leaders and its youths. We are talking on modalities, how to put things together to make Africa work again. To mind in the life of our youths. To save lives. And to stop all the heresies we have on net, through the media, and so on and so forth. When we hear the truth, I think the best thing we need to do is to activate the truth, not to put them under carpets and say, don't mind them. We are working to find solution, to put solution to the problem of Africa. There are so many programs, steps that should be taken, that should be put in place to help the students to resume as soon as possible. Electricity is very, very important in any country that wants to grow. Without electricity, it will be very difficult for any country to grow. People cannot be in darkness and you are expecting their business to grow. It's not possible. I can remember the former governor in Lagos State, even the street light was being empowered by generator. They filling diesel every day to put light on the streets. And this is a short-time solution. It's not a long-time solution. And that's another problem we'll be facing in Africa. We do things to find a short-time solution that will not last for decades. White man people will never do that to you. They will do things as we are in 2020, they will plan for year 2040. We in Africa are not even having planned for year 2023. Not talk of year 2025. We would have planned for year 2040. And these are great plans that will work. If they are doing roads 10, 15, 20 years, those roads are still working perfectly. It rains few days in Africa, in Nigeria, and all the houses in Lekki, that even be the area where we believe that big people lives. Everywhere was flooded. All the roads are flooded with water. Most people cannot move around their houses. Most people cannot get out of their houses. Most people cannot even go anywhere. All because of a rain that just fell for a few hours, for a few days. Does it mean that our system are no longer working? Instead of things to get better, it's as if it's getting worse. Let Africa work again. Let Nigerians come together. Let our youth think reasonably. Help our youth to function well. Help African system to function well. Help African banks function well. Our banks are not functioning well. And the white people are seeing all this and they are making jest of us. And yet we still go back to them, we prostrate to them, we do all sorts of things. Go back to them to lend money, go back to them to do so many things. We are not making money from our own purse. We do everything to rely on them. And they look at us as unserious people. Things shouldn't continue this way. There was a time in Africa you go to the bank and say you want to buy shares. You buy the shares and it keeps increasing. But do you know now shares has fallen now in Africa, in Nigeria for so many years and it's not picking up again. So many businesses are not working again. So many investments are not growing again. So many youths are graduated, they've served the government and are working on the streets barefooted without knowing the next step for them to take. Where so many people plan to put up business, we go there to frustrate their efforts. We go there to frustrate their plans. We go there to frustrate things to work for them. But we want everything to become us. We have forgotten that everything in life is just for a short period of time. I will die and you will also die one day. We leave this earth and we will give accounts of everything that we have done here on earth. We will surely give account of everything that we have done, both in secret and open. Those people that are sleeping on the streets, all because they could not afford a home, their sweat, we ask the leaders that fail to do things rightly. Those people that are dying day by day unnecessarily because of lack of enough health care, adequate health care in our hospitals, their souls, we ask, God will ask about their souls in our hands. In so many areas, we need to stand up to serve the people of our nation as a leader. We are not chosen as a leader to be a boss. We are there to lead by example. And if we are to live by example, we need to be in action. We need to be at the war front. You don't sleep in the house as a soldier and cross your legs and be asking people, like David in the Bible, where is the war going? I hope we are winning. Keep on. While you are at home sleeping, enjoying yourself, shouldn't be as a leader. You have to lead and allow the followers to follow. Even if the school resumes now, so many of our schools did not have adequate gutter to save the life of the children. So many of the government schools that are supposed to be the best of all did not have enough seats for the children to sit. Do you still believe in this south or southwest? We still have classrooms where the children are sitting on the floor without seats. We still have classrooms where the children could not afford a book as parents. We still have schools where you saw the walls, they are all, having holes, and they were there. We are not doing anything to repair them as a government. Now we are all there giving excuses concerning COVID-19. There's COVID-19 that does not allow us to work. It's not COVID-19. We have been doing things, we have been putting things worsely before now. That's why things is like this. And it's never too late to do the right thing. It's never too late to change. We need change in Africa as a whole. We need change in Nigeria government. We need change in our schools. We need change in our environment. The type of change we are talking about is not the change that we enslave people. It's the change of freedom, change of liberty, change of growth, change for success, change for way out. It's change to make Africa work again. That is what we need now. The change that we need now is the change that will make our youth work again. That is the change we need now. The change we need in Africa is the change that will bring the African children, the African people in diaspora to come back home and be able to develop without any difficulties. The change that we need in Africa now is the change that will make your family work in peace, that will make your home to be in peace. It's the change that will make your children to smile again and said, truly, I am a Nigerian, I am an African. The change that we need now is the change that will make the white man country, people in white man country to come to Africa, to dine with us, to eat with us, for them to be able to respect us as an African. Today, people did not respect African at all in foreign countries. They see us as slaves because we failed to repair, to put things rightly in our own country. Everybody wants to travel out of African country. Can that be possible? All the youth wants to leave this country, want to leave Africa, because it's not working for them the way they ought to. They are not seeing the right things they needed here in Africa. Even if the leaders could be planning or could have their children abroad, the so-called leaders. It simply means that what they are leading us is not working out. It simply means that they are not leading us to put us rightly. They are only leading us to occupy the space of that seat, of that leadership role for some period of years, so they could put what they want in their own family pocket and leave. It is high time that even the breeze that we blow in, that we breathe in, we bring in a fresh air. That is kind of change we're talking about. It's not the kind of change that we see a common man that is trying to put on a business at the government. You close up that business and said you have to put on the government business that is not even, helping or encouraging a common man that could not afford a daily meal. We do things as if, even if I do it, who is going to arrest me? We have forgotten that there is someone in heaven that is watching me, that is watching you. We reward me, he will reward you. Let Africa work again. We need a total change, a new turnaround. We need people in government that are hungry, that are ready, that are zealous, that are truthful, that are willing, that have the love of their people, not the leaders that have the love of money, not the leaders that have the love of power. Let's control the laws we have in Africa to work to suit the benefits of growth, not to put our people in prison. Imprison them without judging them, without bringing them out, without the right law, without the right process. It is wrong. I pray the Lord have mercy on us. Everything has its own time. If you are 30 last week and you mark your birthday, I'm sure today you should be plus. Even yesterday. So it goes a long way. Think about it. That if they are to talk about me tomorrow, being a leader in my home, where I work, in the school where I graduated from, what is my impact? What have I imparted? How many people, how many areas, how many local governments, how many states have been benefited rightly from my services? That's why many of the leaders in Africa today, they die young. Because those are supposed to be praying for you are not happy. We have to make them happy. Let things work. Let Africa work again. Let's put stop to diverting our wealth, selling it in the name of money to the white man country. I pray, and I pray once again that Africa will work, will move forward, we grow in Jesus' name. Today, this is where we are going to stop. By next week, Thursday, I pray the Lord count us worthy once again. Baba Africa, Mami Adebipe, thanks for joining us. And the rest of us that have one or two difficulties concerning the network, maybe in your area there is no light. Next week is another day. We send the short clips on IGTV, on YouTube, and all the internet social medias. As you watch, learn, and send, I pray the Lord will give them the right period, years to listen and hearken to the voice of the Africans. The Lord will bless you. Make sure there is peace in your environment, where you live and where you work. Let's allow peace. Let's stop killings. I pray you will live long. Your children will live long to witness the goodness of Africa as a country, as a nation, in Jesus' name. It is well with your soul. God bless you all. It is well with you. You can watch it live on my DP. God bless you. Thanks for coming. I love you all. We'll see you next week again. Africa will walk again. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless Nigeria. God bless Africa. Thank you.